Look at that turd stain on that. That's a good one. That's a good one. See, you look clean from this side, don't you? It's an illusion, Nelly. It's an illusion. You're feeling feisty, huh? She's feeling feisty. You're looking all raggedy this morning, aren't you, darling? He's got hair poking out of all the holes he's ripped in his hood. Oh dear, what a scruff bag. Oh, Woodster, don't make a mess in there. Woody, don't. You're just looking for mischief today, huh? You're going to go and do a big poo in his clean bedroom, aren't you? I know you. That's it, play with the rubber chicken. Yeah, I'm going to take you out as well, but I want to take Blueberry out first. Because it was technically his turn next, wasn't it? Oh dear, so, no, you're not coming back in. Go and eat some hay. So Storm, whatever its name is, I don't know what the latest one is on its way, apparently. It still hasn't hit us yet. I actually thought it was going to arrive yesterday, but it didn't. Hello, squishy boy. Not that it really mattered, because I basically ended up spending the majority of yesterday in bed again. It was very disappointing, very, very frustrating. I had hopes and plans of getting a lot done yesterday, and I didn't really get anything done, to be honest. Was that a nibble? I felt teeth on my hand then. I felt teeth. No, you're not coming in here. Go on, scram. Scram. Go on. Get out of it, you big lump. Go on. Woodster's being needy. That tends to imply he's going to be a handful when I take him out later today. So that's going to be fun. So my plan for this morning is, I'm going to take Mr. Blueberry out first. So technically it was his turn next. I've kind of gotten into a routine where on my working days, I commit to riding one horse after work on a working day, just because there's not really enough time to do any more than that properly. So I commit to riding one horse a day on a work day, and then I try to get everybody ridden on my days off. However, I have not sat on a horse for the last 4 days because my reproductive system decided to launch a full-scale attack on me, basically. It's been delightful, absolutely delightful. I've been stricken with migraine, backaches, stomach pains. It's just been absolutely thrilling. I've loved every minute of it, not. So yeah, I spent most of yesterday in bed. I've still got a bit of a migraine now, to be fair, but it's not as bad as it was, and I'm hoping it's at a point now where the painkillers I've taken might actually be able to do something for it. Fingers crossed. If not, I'm just gonna have to suck it up and get on with it, basically. So I'm not wasting a 5th day. That is too many days to be lost. I've had enough of this. I refuse to sacrifice any more time to it this month. It needs to go away now. I've had enough, basically. Had enough, absolutely had enough. So he's gonna eat his hay while I go do a bit of tidying up. And then we are going to go out for a ride. Come hell or high water, we are going for a ride. There we go. So I just had a little thought there as I was getting Blue's bridle out. I needed to measure his bit. I kind of cheated, to be fair. I actually compared the bit to another bit that I've got in there that has the measurement written on it, because these rubber ones do not have measurements written on them. So I'm actually going to order Blue a new show bit. Technically, he hasn't actually got one, I've realised. He hasn't got his own Pelham. What's going on over there? I think the dog's doing something strange. He hasn't got his own Pelham bit yet. I think he's been borrowing Woody's. But I noticed, so last year Blue had this whole like tooth fiasco going on, and in the middle of all of that, I switched him over to a rubber bit. And it just so happened that the only rubber bit I had in stock at the time was this straight bar rubber bit. I don't even know what we had it for, probably for mouthing babies or something like that years ago. But I basically ended up putting that on him. If you missed all of that, he managed to knock the top of one of his canine teeth off. And we think how he did it was when he does his Jabba the Hutt impression, and I think he'd done it with a bit in his mouth one day, and the metal from the bit must have knocked his tooth and cracked it. We can't prove that. We don't know for sure if that's how it's happened, but like I can't figure out how else he could have done it. Like if he'd smacked it on something, surely there would have been evidence of that. Like I don't know. That was the thing that we thought seemed most likely, was that he did his Jabba the Hutt impression with a bit in his mouth. The metal bit clonked on his tooth, knocked it off, and that was that. So And after all that had kind of happened, I switched him over to a rubber bit because I thought, well, even if that didn't cause it, we know he does this stupid thing, and I have heard the metal bit jangling on his teeth. And no, the bit is not in the wrong place in his mouth. It's just because he swings his head around like a freak. Like, he's not done it for a while, to be fair, which is another reason that I suspect that's how he did it, because it wasn't until after the dentist came out and told us what happened to his tooth, I was like, oh yeah, damn, he hasn't done that weird head swingy thing for a long time now, actually. And I wonder if that's why, because he'd hurt himself doing it. Possibly. Again, we can't verify or prove any of this. It's just suspicions, but I'd say it's a fairly likely suspicion. Oh, Nelly just fell over her own feet, lol. You all right, bird? Did you fall over? That's funny. So anyway, yes, that was a very long-winded way of saying that I basically put Blue in a rubber bit. And he seemed, I can hear really weird noises and I don't know what they are. He seemed to really enjoy it. He seems to go very well in a straight bar bit. I think he finds jointed bits a bit too distracting. He does like to play with his tongue quite a lot. He's quite like a mouthy horse, he always has been. And yeah, he just seems a lot more settled and a lot more comfortable in the straight bar. So I thought, right, okay, we'll stick with it. So I'm currently in the market for a straight bar rubber Pelham, which I found the one I want last night while I was lying in bed feeling sorry for myself. I thought I may as well do something useful with my time, but I wasn't sure what size I needed. I thought it was a 5.5 and I was correct, but yeah, I thought it was probably best to check rather than buying it and having to send it back if it was the wrong one. So I'm gonna go ahead and order that today, and then we can start getting some practice in hacking him out in his show bridle. Because I always leave that till the last minute, and then I feel like I don't give them enough time to get used to having the different bit. So I want to try and do more hacking work, ridden work with them, with their show bridles on earlier in the year this year, to give them plenty of time to adjust to it, just so they don't have so much of a shock when we get to the show ring. That's one thing I've always been really, really bad at. Anyway, should we get you cleaned up, mister? I think you've eaten quite a bit of hay there now, haven't you? You should have a nice full tummy. Look at the state of this. You're setting your own trend, aren't you, Blueberry? It's the blue look. Good boy. Your attention now, we've got the sweeties, haven't I? Huh? Right, let's get my hands in the right order. I'm all in a pickle. I'm all in a pickle. Bit first, then we can have our sweetie. Yeah. Bit first, then we can have our sweetie. You're very sneaky, Mr. Blueberry. And I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you, darling. Oh, come on, let's get back over here. As I know, it's cruel trickery, isn't it? Sweetie for a bit. Come on. There you go. Oh, you spat the sweetie out. Well, at least we got the bit in. Good job I brought a spare sweetie, isn't it? Good job I brought a spare one. There you go. Good job. You're a funny bugger, aren't you, Blue? He's a funny bugger. Oh, dear. He's a good boy. Well done. We're going to have to trim your eyelashes, dude. That big curly one keeps going in your eye, doesn't it? I can't have that. You get a sore eyeball. Head up, head up. Oh, don't fidget, my darling. Don't fidget. No, don't walk away. Good boy. No, he's leaning. He's going to move as soon as I go, isn't he? Are we patient? Good boy. He's brought that foot back. Good man. There we go. Somebody's feeling keen today. Good boy. Are we going to be okay with this? Good boy. Good boy. Well done, Blue. Good lad. Good job. See, he looked at that truck then, but because there wasn't a whole lot of other stuff going on as well, like he was able to process it. I think that's where we went wrong the other day, was that there was just so many cars and he's not used to being around that much traffic. He's not really done much hacking out on busy roads. It's always been quiet lanes. Yeah, you got a bit overwhelmed, didn't you, darling? It's not good. But unfortunately for him, that means that we do in fact need to go hacking places with more traffic to get him over this. So yeah, he's going to have to come to terms with that in the very near future, unfortunately. Would you like a stretch, Jabba? Yeah, there you go. Good boy. Oh, see, Blue takes his... No, you can't stop. That's cheeky. He does take his stretches to the next level, bless him. He literally drags his bottom lip across the floor. I'm always scared he's going to stand on it. Especially when I'm lunging him. And he does this when he's lunging and he's trotting. Like, he'll trot doing this, dragging his bottom lip on the floor. And I'm always like, geez, Blue, if you stand on your own lip, you're just going to rip half your face off, mate. It's quite scary. Your poor little butt muscles are going to be killing you when we get back, aren't they? Oh, what are we looking at? What can you see? There's a person. We good? Oh, you're a big handsome dude, aren't you? You're a handsome boy. Right, come on, that's enough nosying. Let's go. Good boy. No, we're not turning back. He really is not feeling it today. It's quite funny. I mean, it's not funny. I completely understand. But it is slightly amusing, a little bit. Come on. See, I was thinking, could we take him on a slightly longer ride today and go somewhere different? But I don't think he's he's going to be capable of a longer ride, to be honest. I think we need to stay at this level for a few more weeks. Well done, mate. Good job. Should we carry on? Come on. He says, I don't want to, I'm tired. Come on, you big lump. Oh, you're having a poo? Okay. Do you know, I realised something shocking the other day, and actually I'm going to double check this because I don't know if I misread it or not. But I was looking through their passports, double checking that everybody was registered with the TGCA. Ooh, what was that for? Come on. What's the matter? Yeah, there's water there. There's always been water there. Good boy. Ooh, steady. Good boy. Good boy. Good lad. Yeah, so I was looking in their passports the other day, just double checking, because I couldn't remember. I knew I did Woody's overstamp a few years ago, but I couldn't remember if I did Blue's. Turns out I did do his. But I was looking at his passport and I was looking at his date of birth, and I don't know if I misread it or not, but I'm pretty sure Blue is 10. So he's a year older than we thought he was, basically, which is like a bit of a shock to the system. He's hit double figures. Blue, you've hit double figures. You're officially a grown-up, aren't you? Ooh, good boy. Yeah, it's a bit of a... That was a bit of a bummer, to be honest, because... Oh, that's going to wake you up, isn't it? Yeah, he was like the last baby, but now all of our horses are in double figures. It's very sad. I would like to get another baby horse in now so that, you know, we don't have everybody in double figures, because that's depressing to me. See, now all of a sudden he's got all the energy in the world. But yes, I was basically having a slight breakdown because I was realising that Blue was in fact 10, not 9. And secondly, because all of our horses are now over the age of 10, like they're all in double figures, which is very sad. But then I was like, man, he really has done sod all given his age. It's really quite bad. I mean, it's not his fault. It's not anyone's fault, really. We've had issues with his feet, which means we haven't been able to keep him in regular work. Hopefully we've dealt with that now, I feel. We're in a good place with his feet. But yeah, I didn't realise he was that old. Like, not that he's old, but... Oh, tiny trees. Are they scary? Is that scary? Huh? I would do the put your nose on it game, but knowing you, you'll probably pull one up. So we're not going to do that today. You'll have to admire them from a distance, okay? Good boy. Good lad. Go on then. Good boy. Oh dear, everything's getting a bit scary now. Oh, we're going on this bit, are we? No, we're not eating. Oh, Blue, my goodness. Good Lord, you're not a mountain goat. Oh, at least he understands the assignment of the hill. That's good. Good boy. See, you were saving your energy for this, weren't you? Clever boy. Yes, I get muscles on your bum. Good lad. Oh, look at his tired little face. Well done, Blueberry. Oh, you're so tired. Oh, Blue. Is it hard work being a grown-up horse? You usually have winter off, don't you? Must be a bit of a shock to the system. A shock to the system. Usually I wouldn't be riding him for probably another month or so. And here he is going out on like 2-hour rides 3 days a week. Absolutely killing him. Oh, mate. It's fine. He'll love it once he gets used to it. Once we get him fit enough to start going on some of the more interesting rides, he will appreciate the hardship that he's going through right now. Because he really likes exploring and he really likes off-roading. But I just want to make sure that he's fit and strong enough to handle like the bigger hills that we've got around here before I start taking him around there. I mean, we have got some off-roading rides that are not on big hills, but because they're on like lower ground, they're not fun to ride on at this time of year. They get really, really wet and unpleasant. Oh, we're just going to get you road fit first, haven't we? I think he's going to sleep the rest of the day. I think he's going to eat his hay and then absolutely be out for the count. Aww. At least you're not going to cause mischief now, are you? You're too tired for mischief. Good boy. 1 down, 2 to go.